how to eat a market. So why our most unsuccessful clients make the most money. So my name is Ori. I'm executive director for GoToMarket for Manos Health. And I also run Mirraponte Marketing, an outreach agency with my wife. Now, we have a bunch of different clients, and a lot of the case studies, a lot of our successes are with clients that have pretty large total addressable markets. When you have a very large total addressable market, you can run a ton of calls, you can send a ton of emails, you can get a lot of meetings booked, and you can get a lot of leads. So a lot of you guys know Andy and Bodie at Striker. They work at like any service-based business. So they have really, really good content, really good inbound, really good outbound strategies. They get a ton of leads. Do they make as much money as our other clients? First of all, they're much more successful than me, but let's be honest, they're not even close. So we have a client who closed a multi-seven-figure deal with a hospital last week, and we have other stories like that. I want to talk about how to eat a market. What does it mean to eat the whole market? So let's say you have a total addressable market, and this is normal in healthcare or in certain legal fields when you're hiring, when your customer lifetime value is extremely high. Let's say you have a civil case and you're generating leads from malpractice lawsuit. It could be hundreds of millions of dollars. Think about the Bear lawsuit, or when you think about signing a deal with a hospital or NIH or a government contract. So very, very, very big numbers. But there's a very small amount of people that you can sell to. Now, if you've been following people on LinkedIn, on X, on YouTube, they'll probably tell you, don't do this. It's not a good strategy. You run out of leads very quickly. And this is actually something that we used to tell a lot of our clients. And then doing more and more work in the healthcare space, I started to realize that there's a lot of benefits to this approach. One is the deal sizes are very, very large. The other is customers stay for a very long time. The other is you build a reputation within the industry. But one of the biggest approaches is for a very small amount of money, you can eat the entire market. So let's say you have a market of, let's say, 1,000 companies, maybe 10,000 total addressable people that you can sell to, right? And this is very common for a lot of industries. So the first thing you can do is cold call. Just put a part-time cold caller in there. Start calling 500 people a day, 1,000 people a day. That's a really good way to start. And then very quickly you'll find that there's a limit to how much cold calling you can do. And then the next step is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is you send, let's say you have 4 employees at the company. This is what we do. You send 120 connection requests a day. You do some content, and that kind of acts as a floating resume, and you'll get leads from that as well. So step 1, cold calling. Step 2, LinkedIn. Step 3 is cold email. So cold email is great. The costs are just higher because you have to set up 3 different infrastructures, between 2 or 3 different infrastructures. You have to do weekly deliverability tests, and you have to alter your messaging somewhat. You runs costs, whether you do it yourself, whether you pay somebody else. So I would do LinkedIn first. So you do cold calling, then LinkedIn, then cold email. Number 4 is ad retargeting. So you take that precious list, those precious emails and numbers, and you start retargeting and sending them to your landing page and putting relevant ads to them. And then the last piece is content. So you want to start using, I like 2 different kinds of content. I have one that's called AI Perennial, like will last forever. And you get that from like dumping your sales calls into AI and just like having the AI generate a list of content to make based on objections, based on concerns, based on topics that people ask all the time. I have to do a video on racism in cold calling and how it affects business performance. I never for a million years thought people would care about this, but it's one of the questions every client asks me. But if you do all of those 5 things, cold call, LinkedIn, cold email, ad retargeting, content, you can do this for like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. It's less than 1 employee. You can do all of these, and then you eat the entire market, and and you can capture all of it. And if a deal size is in the 7 figures, that can be all the business needs. So this is a really cool, really interesting strategy. This is probably not going to apply to most of you watching this. If you just want traditional outreach or consulting, just reach out to me. You can DM, go to one of our websites, Mirraponte Marketing, manoshealth.com. But especially if you're in healthcare or if you're in a niche where you know there's just not that many people and you want to build this whole process from end to end, we can help you do it. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. I've been slacking lately. We've been so busy.